This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, the league races are heating up, and we have the exciting highlights. In boys basketball, you'll see Vanden take on Vacaville, Lathrop meet Mountain House, and Downey battle Pittman.
On the girls' side, it's Kimball and Manteca. Girls soccer featuring Davis and St. Francis. Plus, you'll meet Sherry Milholland, the longtime boys basketball coach retiring after 38 years. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. We start tonight in Turlock for the first place game in the CCAL. Both Pittman and Downey entering the week sporting 14-5 overall records. The Pride have a very good sophomore in Avery Sanchez, the point guard averaging 16.5 points a game.
Downey's Lloyd French is putting up 25 points a game for the Knights. The senior nearly averages a double-double with 9.5 rebounds a game. The Knights looking to grab sole possession of first place against the defending league champs. The game played Wednesday night.
Nick Pecoraro kicking it off in the 2:09 Wednesday, a first-place battle in the CCAL. Downey at Pittman. First quarter, I don't know how a bank shot from this angle is possible, but Jordan Lewis gets it to go for the Knights. And then Pittman's Justin Anderson says, "Welcome to my spin class." Both teams come out hot early, but Downey's Lloyd French beats the first quarter buzzer to put Downey up 19-15 after one. Second quarter, Avery Sanchez leads Anderson on the break. Both teams come out on a roll in the first half, but Downey was on a French roll. Lloyd French doing work in the second quarter. He buries a triple right here, and then here he is with the D, the strip, and then the French dip, complete with Swiss cheese and au jus. French had 22 points in the first half. And if you're not in the mood for a French dip, Downey also has Rubens on the menu. Ruben Lewis holds his pivot and beats the halftime horn. Downey up by 9 at the break. Third quarter, Avery Sanchez gets the and one for the Pride to stay within striking distance. But there goes that man again. Mr. French just muscles his way into the paint. A game-high 26 for French. But Pittman closes the third on a nice pass from Brock Fanconi to a cutting Grant Vilhauer. Still a 9-point game heading into the fourth. Fanconi again with another backdoor feed, this time to Justin Anderson. He led the Pride with 16 on Wednesday, and it's a 3-point game with under 4 to play. But in the end, Jordan Lewis connects on another 3, no glass needed for this one, and Downey holds on to take control of the CCAL race.
We come out every quarter like we started 0-0, no matter the score. If we up 10, down 10, we come in like we're down, so that's what we come here to do. There's a lot of great competition out here. Them boys is good. We just came out ready to play, you know? All they need to know is we coming. We gonna be there. I'm gonna let you know that.
Up next, we have Valley Oak League play with Kimball and Manteca. The Jags looking to go to 3-1 in league play. Manteca trying for a 4-0 start. Noah Lyons with a gorgeous drive to the hoop there, and that's how this game gets started. Kimball responds. Benito Ruiz with a lobbing pass to Greg Thompson, 7-6 Manteca. The Buffs remain in the driver's seat. Elijah Nelson goes around the D, a pivot, and a banger. It's 14-11 Manteca after one. Now I know you're going to ask, so I'm just going to tell you right off the bat. This guy is 6'8", Jacob Sarmiento, aggressive on the boards and so fun to watch him work. But the Buffaloes start to create some distance. Santiago Sanders locked up under the board. He feeds a driving Micah Crawford. Then Nelson gives it to Peyton Neiman at the elbow and splash! 29-22 Manteca at the break. But Kimball delivers some punches at the start of the third. Chris Obiajulu tries driving to the rack, gets stopped by Lyons, and then Chris pulls up for the mid. Good move there for 2. Then it's Armand Naweed hitting the spin move and getting the jumper to go. The Jags make this a 3-point game. Ivani Gaeta going one-on-one with his man, throws up a shot, gets the foul for the 3-point play. This guy would lead Kimball in scoring on the night, Benito Ruiz with 12, but the Buffaloes take the momentum late. Gaeta grabs the rebound, Ivani drives up the baseline, and that is a beautiful finish with the reverse. Kimball gets close, but the Buffs never relinquish their lead. Ramesh Kabiri, nice move there, and then we finish it off with this. Neiman dumps it off to Sanders down low, and Santiago loving that feed. Manteca improves to 4-0 in league play. Lions leading everyone with 15.
Davis 7-0 taking on the 10-0 and 2 St. Francis Troubadours. Here's the kicker. Davis has not given up a goal this season. Both Skyland Avalos and Aubrey McGlynn have done a great job between the pipes. In the second minute of the game, Davis getting after it. Grace Fabianare chases down the ball and flicks it towards the goal, but Ava Hawkinson deflects it just wide of the goal. 3 minutes later, Charlotte Lee Smith for Davis sends it deep into St. Francis territory. Fabianare gets a shot on goal, but at point-blank range, it's Ava Hawkinson again with the save. In the 10th minute, Davis attacking again. Bouncing ball eventually corralled by Audrey Aguirre, who drills it with the left foot, and it is in. The Davis Blue Devils lead 1-0. Second half now, 42nd minute, St. Francis going the other direction now, and Michaela Romo pops off the shot on goal, but it's just wide. Giada Pagano sends it up to Romo, and this time her shot can't be denied. St. Francis breaks the Davis seal. The first goal has been given up all year for Davis. Match tied up at 1. 72nd minute, Davis wanted that goal. Aguirre takes a deep shot, but the keeper Isabella de la Cruz was there to snatch that one. And after 80 minutes, we don't have a winner. The game is a tie. These two teams will meet again in a couple weeks.
It's last year's SFL and section title rematch between Folsom and Oak Ridge Friday night. Charlotte Klemenhage knocks it loose, then Brooklyn Perry feeds a driving Ella Uiarte. Folsom goes up early. Oak Ridge, the defending section champs, Liv Jurgensen takes a trip to Euroville, stepping her way through the D and to the rack. Nice move there, but the Bulldogs go on the fast break. Uiarte up ahead to Sophia Minderman, a step to her left, and she drains the shot from deep. 15-5 Folsom after 1. Natalie Munoz drives, pulls up, sees Erin Bright making her way through the paint, and the sophomore finishing pretty. And the Bulldogs go up by 19 on this. Cameron Mafua 3-ball. The Bulldogs showing why they are in our top 5. The Trojans trying to fight their way back. Ava Edwards down low to Jurgensen, and Liv gets that one to fall. But in the closing minute of the first half, Minderman grabs her third 3 of the half. The score is 32-14 Oak Ridge at the break. Third quarter, Minderman to Ugarte, to Mafua. Cameron racking up 9 on the night. Still in the third, Perry tries knocking it away, but Lauren Marsh maintains control, pulls up for the mid-range shave. 39-18 Folsom. And the Bulldogs extend it on the 3-point play from Charlotte Klemenhage. Folsom holds strong from start to finish, so the Trojans fighting for every bucket. Jessica Cronell gets a pass off down the baseline to Jurgensen, and Liv takes a wide open 2 and swishes it. Oak Ridge with 16 points in the fourth quarter, but the Bulldog lead just too much to overcome. Uriarte with the hoop and the harm, and this 3 from Minderman caps off her game-high 18-point night. All 18 coming by way of the 3-ball. Folsom wins big.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Umrin Mann from Marysville. The senior tallied up 32 points in the Indians' win over 12 Bridges. Umrin hit 8 3-pointers.
Wow, our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Gavin Sykes from Capital Christian. The Cougars beat Sacramento last week to improve to 4-0 in league. Gavin racked up 21 points in the win. Gavin Sykes and Umrin Mann, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City tip, powered by SMUD.
Hi, my name is Adio Bolu, and here's this week's Clean Power City tip. Start a garden at home or join a community garden to grow your own fruits and vegetables. You'll eat cleaner and beautify your surroundings. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, Sacramento takes on Rio Americano.
Then it's the big-time boys soccer matchup with Davis and Jesuit. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo, we've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF9ers, we just win. SF9ers, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
Our first SunPower Electric game tonight is the Capital Athletic League battle with Sacramento and Rio Americano. Sacramento looking to come back after a tough loss to Capital Christian.
Rio Americano's only league loss was also to Cap Christian. The Raiders and Dragons meeting this week to stay in the league title hunt. It's our first SunPower Electric game. Mark Willis was there.
Electric game.
Dude, the Cap Athletic League is stacked. Capital Christian's in first place, but Rio Americano and Sac-Hi are only one game back. Sac-Hi will need their high energy on defense, and players like Sir Maurice Jones, Mike Wilson, and Kendall Hearn have led the way so far for the Dragons. As for Rio, they live and die by the three. They have made 159 threes this season. Jace Thompson and Luke Mason are scary from behind the arc. The Raiders are going to need to make more than 10 threes tonight to have a chance against Sac-Hi. And here we go, it's the SunPower Electric game. Here we go, a little pregame introduction to get everyone all fired up on this MLK Day. Here's Mike Wilson with the ball, sees the double team, pulls up, and the lefty's got a smooth stroke. Rio Americano also had a strong start, doing what they known to do, shoot the three. Dylan Newberry finds Luke Mason, top of the key, bottoms for the big man. Rio off and running here as Mason gets it up the floor to the high flyer. Miles Lake rises up and throws it down for the Raiders, 12-6 lead. After a timeout, moments later, this happened. Lake with the theft and then the one-handed dip. Here's Wilson breaking down the zone. He gets it to Sir Maurice Jones, who misfires, but a great job pulling down the miss and putting it back in. Check out Jace Thompson driving the lane, pulls up and splash down a mid-range jumper. Then here comes another three right before the half. It's Luke Mason draining it, and it's a 36-21 lead for the Raiders. Third quarter now, Rio's Miles Lake with a beautiful pass to Mason, who goes inside the three-point line to score this one. Sac-Hi need a score as they go to Kendall Hearn, and he dribble drives the floater in for the Dragons, but that shot would be answered by what else? A Rio triple. The Raiders had 11 in the game, and Keon Miller drains this one. Little showtime here for Sac as Hearns draws in the D, and that opens up Shabal Barksdale, who throws it down with the one-handed jam. Fourth quarter, more of the same for Rio Americano as Jonathan Gonzalez drives the lane and dishes to Hunter Howell, who scores the layup for the Raiders. Then it's Rio's If for the Raiders, driving in the fantastic finish for the Raiders, and that would do it. I said they needed 10 threes to win. Well, they got 11, shooting 44% from beyond the arc.
Sac-Hi is a really competitive team for us in terms of winning a league championship, and they're one of the better teams in our league, so it feels great to come here and do a good job, stick to our game plan, and finish it out.
In Sacramento for the SunPower Electric game, I'm Mark Willis, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Garrison reporting here where Jesuit boys soccer will be hosting Davis. Both teams coming off wins. Let's get started with Caleb Ewan with the big kick from distance, but Andrew Perry of Jesuit saves that goal at the 21-minute mark. Then it's Caleb Asfari with the free kick, but Deacon Fee of Davis saves that goal at the 19-minute mark. This time it's Michael Grammy passing it to James Andrew, who tries to line that goal up, but great diving save by Fee. Second half now, it's Lucas Leao to Simon Vaca-Lorenska, who headbutts it, and Akash Tullabar comes flying in for that goal at the 38-minute mark. Great execution by Davis. They're all pumped up. Next, it's Vaca getting it past two defenders and launching it, but Perry with the save at the 36-minute mark. Now it's Asfari with a nice kick to try and spark something for Jesuit, but it's Fee with the jumping save, not allowing anything in his net. Then it's Vaca passing it to Rigo Guerrera to Emmanuel Toms Kometz, who attempts the goal, but Perry with the diving save at the 5-minute mark. But Dave is still attacking. Luau passes to the cutting Vaca, who beams that straight in for another goal. The Blue Devils are fired up. Davis wins the game 2-0. Vaca and Tullabar both chip in a goal. Blue Devils remain undefeated on the season.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
A healthy and balanced diet provides many benefits, including increased muscle strength and endurance. But more recently, we are developing an understanding of the importance of sleep and its effect on an athlete. Recent sports medicine studies suggest that a lack of sleep can put the athlete at higher risk for musculoskeletal injury, as well as an increase in the intensity and length of post-concussion symptoms. With schoolwork, sports, friends, and family all requiring time out of the day for a student athlete, it is sleep that is often sacrificed. Having a consistent sleep schedule and even a 30-minute nap during the day will help your athletic performance.
Coming up, West Park and Ponderosa meet in Foothill Valley League play.
But first, take a look at our Sac-Joaquin section top 10 girls basketball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Thank you, Tracy Toyota, for going above and beyond.
Excellent customer service and quality of service provided.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove. We're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Grab the Keys Let's Go sales event, get 3.99% on select new models. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Ponderosa is the defending Foothill Valley League champs. The Bruins coming into this week 2-0 in league play. Senior Max Manfredi is averaging 12.5 points a game, along with 8 rebounds a game.
West Park is also 2-0 in league play. After a 7-22 season last year, the Panthers are 15-3 this week. Senior Andre Anderson is having a great year. West Park looking to take down the league champs on Tuesday night.
Nick Pecoraro with a pair of 2-0 teams in the Foothill Valley League Tuesday. West Park visiting Ponderosa. The Bruins come out swinging in the first quarter. That's Marco Mormon with the start of a big night for him. And Pondo still on the attack. Lake Liebscher skips it to Keenan Patterson for 3. The Bruins go on a 16-0 run to start the game. West Park finally gets on the board here as Brooklyn Galaviz connects for 3 of his team-high 12 on Tuesday. But the Bruins aren't letting off the gas. Mormon feeds Patterson for 3 the hard way this time. Pondo leads 19-11 after 1. Second quarter, the Bruins continue their hot start. Max Manfredi finds Mormon for his 3rd triple of the first half. But here comes West Park. Jaden Jackson getting fancy off the dribble. His pull-up J is wet, but the Bruins finish the half strong as Max Manfredi goes hard to the hoop, plus the harm. 34-16 Bruins at the break. Third quarter, Mormon, the Folsom transfer, had a game-high 18. He's led Pondo in scoring since his eligibility began this month, but the Panthers are hanging around. Jaden Jackson goes coast to coast off the steal and one, but West Park still has a big hill to climb. And just as Mormon had the hot hand for Pondo in the first half, it was Ethan Boness who had the stroke in the second. The Bruins swing it back around to number 23 as Pondo goes up 23 after 3. West Park's not lying down though. Andre Anderson swipes it, and a little reminiscent of Nick Van Exel with the step back lefty jumper. Kids, Google Nick Van Exel. But you know who else had his jumper working? Ethan Boness, one of the top 3-point shooters in the section. I'm going to start calling him Threethan Boness. And speaking of threes, Pondo gets its 3rd Foothill Valley League win.
Every week we bring you inspiring stories from the Sac-Joaquin section.
It isn't very often you see a woman at the head of a boys basketball team. Sherry Milholland has been coaching boys since 1987, and after 38 years, Sherry is coaching her final high school season.
Putting
names on passes. 2 up and backs. Go.
You won't find many women at the helm of boys basketball teams, but this one, Sherry Milholland, is one of the best to ever do it.
Do the little things.
It kind of just started that my husband was the varsity coach, and he needed a freshman coach, and I had started helping out, and I always just seemed to get along well with the boys because I like their energy, I like their humor.
Preston, that's the pass we got to work on faking.
Sherry teaches family and consumer economics at Ponderosa. It used to be called Home Ec. And after 38 years of teaching, Sherry will retire at the end of this year.
I know I need to retire. My husband retired 3 years ago, so he's ready.
With coaching stints at Amador, Ponderosa, and now Oak Ridge, she's spent nearly 31 of those years coaching freshman or JV boys basketball. Not to mention her 16 years as the head boys and girls volleyball coach at Ponderosa.
Having a woman coach, like you'd still get, male coaches on the other side thinking, oh, I can't lose to a female, and we would kick butt. And Sherry, she ain't no softie, Sherry lays into you. Sherry was tougher than probably every coach we faced,
But as you can imagine, being a woman coaching boys basketball wasn't always easy for Sherry.
Jordan, get back.
I wish I could say it was easier, but it's been pretty hard. Probably the ugliest story is I went into a gym one day, and it was league, so people knew who I was, and the athletic director said to me, "You're not the coach." And I said, "Well, yeah, I am." And I kind of was thinking, wow, I think you know that. But then he said, no, any mom can come in here and act like they're the coach so they don't have to pay. And so I said, I tell you what, I'm going to go over there to the bench over there, and I'm going to coach. And if I don't coach, then you're more than welcome to charge me on my way out.
She has to be really careful what she does, when she walks into gyms, how she is with the refs, and I think that's something that men don't have to do when they walk in the gym. That's not something that's on their mind. Like, hey, how am I going to be? How are these guys going to perceive me?
It's a great challenge. It also made me feel like, wow, like women do need to do this. Like, I can do this. I know so many women, moms even, that would be great boys basketball coaches.
We coached Oak Ridge last year, and I was telling all the guys that you got to listen to this lady because she's won more conference championships than years you've been alive. That's what I used to tell them.
She really does know her why, and it's the community part.
Shasta, Cruz, and Tyus, the 3 children of Sherry and Dave, all played basketball and volleyball under their parents.
Who did you like playing for the most, your mom or your dad?
That's a tough question. I don't know if I can go on the record and say that. My mom's more of like an up-tempo, and my dad likes to control possession by possession. But playing for both of them, like when I was younger, I would say probably my mom. I had a little bit more fun with my mom. My dad was a little more controlling. If I made a couple of mistakes, she'd definitely get on me, but it would be more like loving mother.
As a mother of 3, Sherry brings a softer, nurturing side to her players. AJ, a former player, said she taught him how to sew in home economics.
She's not only a good coach or a good teacher, but a great person, because my dad passed away 2 years ago, and they've been overwhelmingly supportive through that time, and I feel like she goes outside of the scope of basketball and makes it more personal. I value that. I think it's a great quality.
So after 38 years of teaching, Sherry will retire and move to Reno to join her husband. But coaching? See, that's not something Sherry plans to retire from.
Why do you do it? You have that parent always mad that you didn't play him. You didn't play that one player, and he's looking at you like with puppy dog eyes, and you feel terrible. And yet, I like the strategy and watching kids improve.
Much better.
We have a little bet in our family that she's going to start her own AAU program in Reno or something.
I'm an energy person. I have a ton of energy, and I think I would be really bored if I chose another hobby. So
2 things.
A hobby, a passion, a calling. Whatever it is, Sherry doesn't plan to let coaching go. And her future athletes will be better for it, just like her past.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Family. Team room, team room, team room. Grab your stuff, grab the balls.
Everyone I have talked to believes Sherry won't be able to stay away from coaching for long. Sherry says that she is looking forward to taking a year off where she can settle in Reno with her husband and eventually begin coaching again at the club level, whether that is boys basketball or even volleyball, girls volleyball.
So now she and her husband can get to know each other again.
Right.
after 38 years. All right, coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match. It's the Monticello Empire League Showdown with Vanden and Vacaville.
Then it's Turlock and Gregory in girls hoops. But first, here is this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer team from Lathrop.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
'49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
We are back at Levi Stadium with this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match. Vanden Hoops is the 3-time MEL champs. The Vikings show no sign of slowing down, entering this week with a 12-7 record, 2-0 in league play.
Yeah, Vacaville looking incredibly strong this season. The 14-5 Bulldogs, led by senior captain Nate Schnell. The league showdown with Vacaville and Vanden is this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Full house out in Vacaville, and you gotta love the introduction for Vaca. Vanden, not so much. They're not phased. It was a physical game all the way around. Vacaville's Gavin Hamlin taking it strong to the rack. He gets the hoop and the harm. Bulldogs by 4. In the second tie game until Jaden Robinson of Vanden's corner 3-ball is good. Vacaville going to the big man, Nathan Schnell, as he fakes the handoff, drives, and scores it off the glass. ESPN announcers loving that one. Third quarter now, Vacaville goes to the 5 when Hamil catches and shoots from behind the arc. The 3-ball is good. Then Vacaville needs to score as they go to this guy, Nate Doug, Schnelling, the drive, the foul, the hoop, the 3-point play. Then Vanden down 8 with 2 minutes remaining. Elijah Lewis with the steal. He can't convert the layup, but Sterling McClanahan is there for the putback. Blush! Let's make it a 5-point game as Vanden's another steal. Thank goodness for the custodian, Sterling McClanahan. Another cleaning up the mess. Vikings down 3. Then Hamill throws a lob to Larry Lewis III. He gathers and scores it. 57-53 Bulldogs with just over a minute to go in the game. Vanden down 3. McClanahan steals the pass, and he's got to get to the cup. Layup is good. Now Vanden needs to stop on defense. They get it, but the loose ball's picked up by Lewis of Vaca over to Schnelling, and his 26th point is the biggest point of the game. Then Vanden's McClanahan down 3 with 19 seconds to go. He gets the hoop, and it's a 1-point game. With 2 seconds to go, Vacaville up 1. Free throws missed. Vanden, the desperation heave down the full length of the floor. It goes off the backboard, and that would do it. The dishes are done, man, as the Bulldogs faithful flood the court. Vacaville's a 1-point winner, and because of that, they get to talk to our very own Strawberry.
I think these boys took a couple years off Coach's life, but what a game. Vacaville is here tonight.
The Bulldogs came through. Let me talk to Gavin right now. Tell everybody about the energy in the gym, because it seemed like all of Vacaville was there. Vanden travels real well. It was not quiet during the game.
Yeah, we fed off the energy the whole game. It was through the roof, and it helped us get the win.
And your student section is crazy. I've never seen a student section so loud.
Yeah, our student section is wild, bro. When we won it, they're wild.
They are there. Let's talk to Nathan right here. Tell me about the physicality of the game, because we saw you sacrificing your body on both sides of the court. Again, very physical game tonight.
Well, knowing coming into this game, we knew it was going to be very physical. Look, this dude has blood in his nose. We knew it was going to be physical, so we just had to come out harder than them.
Great leadership, by the way, for all these guys right here. EJ, coming into this game, there was a three-way tie. A lot of teams in this league were 2-0. Now, after tonight's victory, Vacaville is in first place of the league. How does this feel, especially going against your rivals?
It feels great, but we already had it in us the whole time. We're some dogs. We keep pushing, keep coming, and we're going to keep fighting through the rest of the year.
And these dogs are always hungry. They always hungry. My name is Strawberry. I'm on the radio on V101.1 and the new KISS 107.9. Vacaville, take it away.
Brian Mueller saying hello as a pair of undefeated teams in the Central California Athletic League clash Tuesday night. Grigori hosting Turlock. The Bulldogs looking like the top dog early on. Alexis Goularte with a near skyhook lefty shot to put Turlock on the board. And that play apparently works pretty well for the Bulldogs, because Olivia Walker does nearly the exact same thing a couple possessions later to tie it up. Tight game in the second. Savannah Pearson whips it to Katie Smith, and she makes a nice interior pass to Chloe Hoffman for the basket and the foul. She would complete the three-point play to make it 12-11 Jaguars late in the half. Final minute of the quarter, Macy Brandow ahead to Chloe Wong, who just tries to keep this in bounds and makes a great pass to Goularte for the hoop. It's 19-15 Grigori at the break. In the third, shot clock winding down, Jolena Scholl squeezes off a shot and hits to break the tie. Then the Jags really come alive in the fourth. Lily Staggs finds Macy Andrews, and that is good to put Grigori up 7. Then Scholl with the long ball to Alana Lopez, and the three-point barrage continues. It's a 10-point lead with 5:30 left. But Turlock hanging tough. Walker lowering her shoulder and gets a tough finish to go. But the Jags kept their composure. Smith puts this game out of reach with the paint points. 10 different Jaguars scored in this one, and Grigori stays undefeated in league with a 47-32 win.
This season, Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who give it their all in their sport and give back to their school.
In this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Marcus Gallo from Casa Roble. Marcus is a point guard on the Rams basketball team. He is also involved in student government. He was a Blue Crew commissioner at football games and helps janitors at local middle schools keep the campus clean. Great job, Marcus, for being a champion in service for your school. Coming up, you'll see the league title rematch with Lathrop and Mountain House.
And then it's Del Campo and Christian Brothers. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. Lathrop and Mountain House split the Western Athletic Conference title last season, but Lathrop comes into its first meeting with league rival Mountain House with the upper hand this season. The Spartans entering the week 5-0 in league play.
Mountain House comes into the game 4-1 with a loss in league to Los Banos last week. Still, the Mustangs team is filled with talented veterans. The WAC rivalry game with Lathrop and Mountain House played on Wednesday.
Mountain House looking to hand Lathrop its first league loss, and the Mustangs are hot from the jump. Isaiah Chenier up ahead to EJ Campbell, who goes in for the layup. The House started off with an 8-0 run. So the Spartans playing from behind. Raymond Carson grabs the board and puts it back. Nice play there by the junior. The Mustangs tall man getting it down low as well. Gabe Williams grabs the rebound, gets the foul for the three-point play. 16-10 Mustangs. Campbell with possession and charges to the glass. EJ goes up with the one hand. He's covered but gets the bucket and the foul. Campbell was just getting warmed up. He was about to have himself a great game as he drives through the baseline. Lathrop staying within striking distance as Cameron Hayes gets the corner three and drains it 27-19. Then Hayes gives it to Quentin Boheman. Give him the up and under, Quentin. Gorgeous finish by the senior. 35-29 Stangs at the break. Isaiah Chenier with a great second half. Williams with the board, and Isaiah finishes strong. Ahmed Jaquette with an even bigger second half. Jaquette hits him with the fade. Then it's Ahmed feeding Hayes. Cameron hits the straightaway 3. He would finish with a team-high 20. E.J. Campbell was too hot for the Spartans to handle. A game-high 23 points for Campbell, getting it done in the big moments. And after Jordan Asefa hits this 3 at the buzzer to close out the third quarter, Mountain House has the 17-point lead. Jaquette hit 5 3-pointers in the second half to rack up 19 points. Splash, and then Chenier would finish with 17. As Thorpe feeds the driving Isaiah, Mountain House wins this one by 12 to improve to 16-12 on the year, 5-1 in league. Thorpe with the double-double.
A key Monday night matchup, Del Campo visiting Christian Brothers, both teams fighting for playoff positioning in a tough Capital Athletic League. First quarter, the Falcons on the hunt. Sonny Underwood takes it to the rack, but Del Campo answers on a sideline inbound play as Javi Sidhu finishes at the hoop. But Christian Brothers would take a 9-6 lead after 1 as Kamari Simpson works his way to the hoop for 2 of his 8 on Monday. Second quarter, Falcons start to catch fire from long range. In particular, Drew McClendon caught fire. He drills one from the corner here, and that must be his favorite spot because here's another triple from Drew. But we're going to throw in a nice Cam Nero spin move because it's awesome to see defensive linemen make moves like that on the basketball court. But we go back to Drew McClendon with the heat check. 3 triples for Drew in the second as CB goes up 10 at the half. Third quarter, nice ball movement from the Falcons as Jake Westman finishes. We'll have more on Mr. Westman in next week's show. Cougars on the prowl now. Riley Jackson gets the hoop and the harm midway through the third, but Del Campo still has work to do. Christian Brothers turning defense into offense now as Underwood gets the two-handed rejection, leads the break, gets it up to Garrett Souza, who gives up the extra pass to Stephen Hewitt. Nice transition game for the Falcons. Still in the third, Jackson looking for a shooter. He finds a good one in Javi Sidhu. He's been big this season, averaging better than 20 a night. He had 13 to lead the Cougs on Monday, but CB wraps up the third up by 12 as Underwood hits the little teardrop for 2. To the fourth, Jackson with 11 points on Monday, most of them in the paint for the 5'10" point guard. But Underwood had his paintbrush working as well. He had 10 for the Falcons, who snap a 5-game skid with a much-needed victory.
Gregory and Modesto squaring off in a big CCAL matchup. Modesto, the defending undefeated league champs. The Panthers come out firing. Ricardo Galan with the long ball. Jesus Castro and Hell gets close, but the shot sails wide. 5th minute, Alexis Luna, our soccer player of the year last year, dribbles and fires a shot on goal, but Chris Diaz is there for the save. A minute and a half later, the Jags get a shot off. David Cortez with a beautiful pass leading Axel Montez. It's up and over the crossbar. We stay scoreless. 16th minute, Gabriel Rico with a wide open long kick to Cortez. It is perfect, but Cortez is well defended. The shot goes left, but David giving props to Gabe for that feed. Nearing the end of the first half, Cortez to Myvond Asadula. He fires a long shot and it hits the back of the net. 1-0 Gregory. So the defending champs playing from behind. Christian Suarez Hernandez to Jesus Castro Angel. It's stopped by the post and kicked out by Trey Fox. Jumping ahead to stoppage time, Yahir Campos Hermosillo with the corner kick. Brian Venezuela Cabello almost delivers a perfect header. It sails high, and here comes the whistle. Gregory wins it 1-0 to take over sole possession of first place with a 3-0 record.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Varick Lewis from Monterey Trail. The 6'2" point guard is averaging over 20 points a game, and this past November, Varick signed his letter of intent to Long Beach State.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game. It's the Delta League girls matchup between Cosumnes Oaks and St. Francis.
Then it's Rockland and Del Oro in boys hoops as 49ers Sac-Hi Sports rolls along.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
Who's there?
he can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back?
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
We are back at Levi Stadium with our second SunPower Electric game tonight. It's the first place game in the Delta Girls League. St. Francis entering the week with a 13-4 record, 3-0 in league play.
Cosumnes Oaks with a 15-5 record, 4-0 in league. The winner takes over sole possession of first place. Our Brian Mueller has more on the matchup in our second SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, there are two undefeated teams left in the Delta League, but at the conclusion of our SunPower Electric game, there will be only one. It is the first of two regular season matchups between Cosumnes Oaks and St. Francis. Last year, the Wolfpack took both of the games by an average margin of victory of 4 points. Cosumnes Oaks comes into the game riding an 8-game win streak. Junior Isabel Tan is having a monster season, averaging 21.5 points per game, good for 7th in the section. As for the Troubadours, they have a trio of lead players, all averaging in double figures, with Sydney Teo, Jaden Weaver, and Bria McGann. Let's get to this gritty Delta League duel Tuesday night. The Troubs looking terrific right from the start. Teo to Emily Dussel to McGann, and St. Francis leads 10-4. Final minute of the first. The Troubies on a 7-0 run make that 10-0 after this McGann 3. It's 16-4. Start of the second. Nicole Tran stops the bleeding with the roundabout lay-in. Wolfpack still down 10. St. Francis comes right back. McGann to Jaden Weaver with a trace from the Dos Coyotes down the street, 19-6. Then, a minute later, McGann and Dussel work it around to Weaver for another basket, and it's a 15-point lead. Final 10 seconds of the half. Weaver gets it to the speedster Teo, and she beats the clock with the lay-in. The Troubadours put it on a show, up 29-14 at the half. Second half, here's Teo on the move again, the steal, and goes all the way in for another layup. Then it's McGann again. The 3 is good. That's an 11-0 run to make it 40-14. Once again, it's Tran to restore order for the Pack. She likes attacking the basket, brings Cosumnes Oaks a little closer. Late in the third, the Troubies showing some toughness. Dussel hits the deck for the pass, then Lexi London follows suit, but she's able to find McGann for another hoop. Fourth quarter now, Sophie Harris getting in on the fun with a nice backdoor cut and finish. St. Francis dominant in the Delta League. They take first place with a 51-27 win.
I mean, it was a big game. We knew that Cosumnes, they won last year, and we really wanted to beat them. So we knew it was a big game, and we came out and we dominated.
Reporting in Sacramento for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Ian Olsen coming to you from Loomis for the Sierra Foothill League showdown between Del Oro and Rockland. The Thunder offense comes out executing. A cutting Canyon Rice dishes to Luke Hyatt from the baseline, and the big man puts it in. Caden Pinnick responds for the Golden Eagles. The junior point guard gets around his defender and knocks down a floater in the lane. Now let's see your defense, Caden. Following a miss, Rockland pushes it up the court seeking a layup, but Pinnick says no way. Mark Lavrinoff showcases his footwork for the Thunder. The sophomore gets around his defender and converts the reverse layup. To the second quarter now. Daniel Aller fires from deep for Rockland and knocks it down, hitting one of his 3 second quarter trays for the Thunder. With Rockland making a second quarter run and Del Oro desperate for points, Pinnick hits a mid-range jump shot to end the Eagle drought. But Lavrinoff follows by going hard to the hoop for the deuce, capping a 17-6 Rockland run, giving the Thunder an 8-point halftime advantage. Del Oro fought back early in the second half. Jake Williams receives the skip pass and buries one from long range, giving the Eagles early momentum. Then it was Rockland's turn to show off his sharp shooting. After receiving the skip pass from Josiah Andrews, Kainoa Morosco heaves one and finds the bottom. Can we turn defense into offense, Caden? After coming down with the board, Pinnick is up ahead quickly and throws a no-look pass to Williams, who finishes at the rim. Now let's get to some pick and roll action between these Golden Eagles. Pinnock goes to Williams, and the big man attacks the paint. Count it, and one. Rice responds for Rockland by feeding Lavrinoff in the post. The big man goes to the well and finds the basket, plus the foul, tying the game. Brandon Hill starts the fourth quarter strong for Del Oro with the driving dish of his own, setting up Jalen Hawkins for the layup. Pinnock continues the spark for the Golden Eagles. After receiving the outlet pass, Pinnock delivers a bullet cross-court pass to Hawkins, who finishes. With the Thunder trailing by 2, Rice drives and kicks to Lavrinoff, and the forward lets it fly, knocking down the triple and giving Rockland the lead. With less than a minute, Pinnock goes inside to Hill, and the big man finishes off the window to reclaim the lead for the Golden Eagles. Pinnock would seal it from the line with 2 of his game-high 19 points, giving Del Oro a 54-50 win.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Neil King from Argonaut. The Mustangs' 6'3" big man sports a very impressive 4.0 GPA.
Coming up, Cordova takes on Natomas.
Then it's our first look at the very talented Kimball girls as they take on Manteca. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back.
Cordova's season is off to one of its best starts in school history. The Lancers coming into the week 10-4 on the year, 2-0 in Greater Sacramento League play. Cordova set to face Natomas this week.
The Nighthawks are also undefeated in league at 3-0. Makai Bird and CJ Brown are the team's leading scorers. The league battle taking place at Natomas on Wednesday night.
Brian Mueller here in Natomas Wednesday night, a battle for first in the Greater Sacramento League between the Nighthawks and Cordova. In the first, Darian Jenkins finds a familiar sight. His brother, Mono Jenkins, nice dish here, and it's an early lead for Natomas. Later in the quarter, Cody Jones attacking on the other end, gets the basket plus the foul. Nighthawks still with the lead. Final seconds of the first, Lancers trying to hold for the final shot, but Makai Bird has other plans, and the Birdman takes flight for the Nighthawks to give them a 20-9 lead after one. Second quarter, Bird delivers a steal sequel, comes up with another one, and Natomas is rolling. Bird going for more, off the mark this time, but all these Nighthawks can fly. CJ Brown with the follow, 24-16. Lancers not lying down. Sean Cruz pushing, gets it to Javen De Vera, and he hits from outside. Cordova down by just 3, but the Nighthawks quickly bump that lead up again. Mono Jenkins pulls up from 3, and Natomas back to a double-digit lead late in the quarter. But Cordova cutting into that lead in the third. Rayshawn Johnson to Demaria Griffin. That's down, and the Lancers trail by just a point. Then it's Jones causing chaos on defense. The steal takes it all the way in himself. The Lancers now lead by 3. 30 seconds later, Jalen Bell going up to Lewis Griffin for the slam. Lancers up 5, but back come the Hawks. It's another Jenkins to Jenkins connection. Mono with the finish, and we're tied again late in the third. Hard to believe this guy's just a freshman. Natomas up 2 now in the fourth. Here's Griffin grinding down low. He ties it again. It will be knotted up for most of the quarter. We're still deadlocked with 2 minutes left when Trent Gordon in the quarter gives Natomas the lead, and they would make enough free throws down the stretch to win a highly entertaining game, 64-62.
Tracy Area Sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. We saw the Kimball and Manteca boys play. Here's the girls' game. Kimball looking for a 4-0 start in league. The 16-2 Jags looking strong from the jump as Mari Sorellis hits that shot from downtown Tracy. But Manteca would take the 4-3 lead. Marcelina Chaparro, Jada Icaro, then Michaela Springs finishes. Nice movement there. Tied at 5, Emma Coronado making her way around the defense. She hits him with a hook, and somehow Emma makes that shot land. Tied at 10 after 1, Springs with a long pass to Brianna Parker. The pocket 3 hits nothing but net. The Buffalo start to gain control. Michaela Kakala gives it to Icaro. Jada keeps it in bounds, gives it back to Kakala. Michaela takes it herself, and that's good for 2. Manteca would go on to take its biggest lead of the night on this long corner 3 from Parker, 26-17 Buffaloes. Kimball trying to come back from a 9-point deficit before the break. Sierra Tuliau steps off a defender and lands the long jumper. Kimball goes on a 6-0 run to close out the second. Melissa Diaz nabs the board, gives it to the hot hands of Sorellis, her 4th 3 of the game, and the Jags trail by 3 going into the second half. But Coronado obliterates that Buffalo lead at the start of the third on the step back triple. She's a freshman. 4-point Kimball lead. Kakala to Chaparro, 2 springs. Michaela with a wide open shot. 4-point game with 5 minutes left. Sorellis to Kaya Sims. She grabs it, drives to the hoop, and Kimball would never give up that lead. Diaz finishes off these highlights with a bang, a long deuce, as Kimball improves to 17-2 on the year, 4-0 in league play. Sorellis with 5 shots from deep.
Monterey Trail taking on an unbeaten team, the Raiders from River City. Monterey Trail came out smoking. Lizzie Aguilera with the assist to Hope Northrop Martin, who puts good wood on the ball. Top shelf goal goes to Hope 5 minutes into the contest. Then Amanda Dude follows that with a hot shot of her own, drilling it past the keeper, and it's in the goal. Mustangs lead it 2-0, and we're only 10 minutes into the contest. In the 35th minute, River City with a corner kick. Isabella Amador sends it in. It goes off the crossbar, stays in play, and Emily Ruiz knees it in for the goal. 2-1 Mustangs. Moments later, Elena Areola with the River City shot on goal, but keeper Ava Caceres with the snag for the Mustangs. In the 43rd minute of the game, nice ball handling. Hot shot on goal by Kalena Ricks, who sneaks it into the corner of the goal. Monterey Trail up 3-1. That was a big-time goal. They would need it because here comes those Raiders. Amador over to Amelia Blanc, busted up a hand and all, does not affect her shot. Just out of the keeper's reach, and it's in the back of the goal. It's a 1-goal game. With time winding down the contest, River City in desperation mode. Eva Forrester takes the shot, but is stopped by Callie Newfield and cleared by Jada Pinckney. Mustangs with the win. Monterey Trail, McClatchy, and River City are all bunched up at the top of the standings.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, we'll choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, but maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section top 10 boys basketball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
We're back to announce tonight's play of the week.
Our Mark Willis will list off a few contenders and then scream the winner of the play of the week.
Play of the week. All right, Manteca's Noah Lyons giving it his all for the layup, and then it's EJ Campbell out of Mountain House. The contested lay-in and one. Free throw was made, by the way, and Lloyd French of Downey, the strip and the rip. Lloyd! And Mike Lake, the steal and the breakaway dip for Rio Americano. How about Chabot Barksdale rising up and putting it down for Sac-Hi? Cordova gets on the big show here with the oop. Jalen Bell to Lewis Griffin, but it's Vanden's putback dunk that tops it off. Sterling McClanahan, all Vanden does is put up plays of the week. Hey Sterling, you get this one, buddy.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. Tune in next week for the big league game between Grant and Laguna Creek. Those exciting highlights and more next week.